Hey, I'm Thanda and I'm currently number 2 on the TSK leaderboard and number 3 on the TSK competition leaderboard. I've achieved Horizon and Singularity rank multiple times across different TSK benchmarks, along with numerous top scores and world records in smoothness scenarios, specifically raw smoothness. Today I want to talk about raw smoothness, the importance of pattern learning within it, and how developing that skill can benefit you not only in smoothness, but across aiming as a whole. Most raw smoothness scenarios don't require traditional pattern learning, but even the simplest raw smoothness scenarios still benefit heavily from it. Skills like reading bounce timings or anticipating fixed direction changes are extremely important because those elements exist in the majority of raw smoothness scenarios. One of the best examples is passive track extra smooth variants. These are especially reliant on pattern learning because the movement is essentially scripted. DVD track is another good example, although the bot can occasionally get thrown off, so the pattern isn't always perfectly identical. A huge benefit of mastering pattern learning is the amount of leniency it gives you, especially against smaller bots that demand higher levels of smoothness and precision. If you understand the pattern well enough, you can use that knowledge to reduce the pressure on the pure smoothness and accuracy. One of the biggest mistakes I see in raw smoothness VODs is that people play reactively instead of proactively. You don't want to wait for the direction change to happen before responding to it. Instead, you should already be thinking about when the next direction change will occur, where the bot will move afterward, and how you'll transition into it before it even happens. That proactive style of aiming is what allows top smoothness players to achieve that robotic, almost inhuman level of tracking. Their aim looks so stable because they aren't constantly reacting, they're predicting and preparing ahead of time. In a sense, you're no longer relying entirely on reactive mechanics because the movement becomes predictable. If you want to improve your pattern learning, I'd recommend practicing on scenarios with heavily scripted movement patterns like passive track or clock track. Use larger bots that don't require much smoothness so you can focus entirely on learning the movement pattern itself. It might sound ironic to lower the smoothness requirement while training raw smoothness, but the goal here is isolation. By removing the difficulty of tiny targets, you can put all your focus into understanding timing, direction changes, and movement flow. The larger targets make it much easier to study and internalize the pattern. The skill of pattern learning also applies far beyond raw smoothness. It carries over extremely well into other categories like precise and control, because those scenarios often contain very distinct, recognizable movement styles. With strong pattern recognition, those movements become far more readable and predictable, allowing you to anticipate motion earlier and maintain smoother, more consistent control throughout the scenario. To wrap it up, here's a playlist of scenarios I believe help the most for pattern learning. Hope you enjoyed the video and good luck becoming a smoothness god yourself.